Well, hello. So this is the first time I've ever done a behind the scenes thing for any of my music videos, and I'm gonna try to start doing them more, but this one's a little bit special and kind of bittersweet for several reasons, and I kind of wanted to just talk to you guys about that now. So I'm in beautiful North Carolina, which I say beautiful because not only is the nature path that I'm shooting my clips on, very beautiful, it's also not so goddamn humid like Alabama, so it's a nice little break. This music video is kind of bittersweet because Hunter, aka St. Alexander, throughout the whole process of this song coming to fruition, you know, he's been dealing with a lot of heart issues and a lot of in and out of the hospital, having to go through a lot of surgeries, a lot of emergency procedures, and the song was done before that happened, but ever since the song has been finished, pretty much, he's been in and out a lot, and as of right now, things are looking very uncertain in terms of whether or not he'll be okay. And I'm not gonna lie, that scares the fuck out of me. So Hex and Hunter have both sent in their clips for the video. Now it's up to me, and I'm on vacation this week, so I'm using what's around me to film my sections of the video. And I'm hoping to also get this AI music video generator I've been toying around with on Google Notebooks to work. If I can get it to work, then I'll be overlaying that footage and kind of making it into something cool and abstract in terms of the whole video, with combining it with our clips and everything, but obviously that's yet to be seen. So the hardest part, since I did not bring my tripod with me, is trying to get my phone to balance on literally anything. So I got one shot done already where I balanced it on a fire hydrant, which that was pretty interesting. So I'm gonna take y'all along for the ride and try to, I guess, just get as many good shots as I can so I have good material to work with, so that when I get back home I can hop on this and start editing it as soon as possible, so that hopefully it will be released in time for Hunter to be able to see it. So follow me along for this. So I'm walking through the woods trying to find a spot. Over there, if y'all can see it off in the distance, is the fire hydrant I used. But I take it, based on that guy being there, that's no longer an option. Ladies and gentlemen, we may have found our next makeshift tripod. Hell yeah, look at this. I was able to kind of wedge it in a little bit of a crack. I think we've got something here.
I know I deserve more, but my symptoms are scaring me. This feels like the third course. The oldest is you call, where that's my motor shift in the park.
So I just did this and it worked. I was able to kind of wedge it into this crack here. That let me get this angle, and what I'm going to do is put it in this exact same way, facing the opposite direction, so I can get another angle kind of within the woods, and I might do kind of a side profile sitting on the log. I haven't decided yet, so let's go.
The coldest is you call, where that's my motor shift in the park again. So now I'm feeling stagnant when I'm supposed to be getting in charge again. I don't know what to do, but in order to move forward, I must be potent with truth. I try.
Hello everybody. So this is now days later since I was shooting the Hourglass video footage, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of backstory on the song. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I was up in North Carolina visiting some family. I'm currently on the way back home to the Gulf Coast. I'm in Montgomery right now, so only a few hours to go. I figured I'd give you some backstory to the track. Okay, so for the backstory to Hourglass, this song came about in a way that none of my other songs really have. So the track initially started when Hex reached out to me, and he and I collaborated several times at this point. And he asked me if I wanted to do a verse and maybe a hook for the song that he had. And I said, sure, send it over. So he sent it to me, and what he had sent was the beat to Hourglass and two separate verses, but both were only 12 bars instead of full 16s. And I listened to it, and I loved the content in his verses. I loved the beat, and I just felt like it fit in with so many themes that I was already working on for this album. And the way that I've been working on this album and the way that I had set it up is that I had ideas for titles already planned, but I obviously didn't have the songs to go with them. And I just made mock-up track lists of different song title ideas that I think would fit with some of the themes that I wanted this album to talk about. And Hourglass was one of them. And as soon as I heard the hook section of the beat, I started kind of sort of freestyling to myself, just walking around my studio, and I came up with that hook. And as soon as I did, as soon as I had sand in the hourglass, clock is ticking how much time you have, I knew that I felt like I had something great on my hands. And so I reached back out to Hex and basically was like, yo, I really love these sections of these verses, it was his entire 12-bar second verse, and then 4 bars from his first verse that I think were the final 4 of that verse. And I put them on. So the last 4 bars of his verse were the last 4 bars of his original first one. And so I just comped it together, and I sent him that idea. He really liked it. I asked him if I could put it on my project because I think it would really fit in with a lot of the themes. He said, go for it. And so I had my verses and the hook written and a rough demo put together within the end of the night. Now, after this, I reached out to Sin Alexander, who y'all go give him a follow, and go ahead and give Hex a follow too. I'll put their pages up here. So anyways, I had sent the song to Sin Alexander because he and I had been friends for a while. He actually followed me way back in the day when I freestyled on Hobson's live stream. But so, Sin Alexander, or Hunter, had followed me from there, and he and I had talked about doing a song for a long time, and the whole time we'd known each other, we just never got around to it. But over the years, he and I had gotten pretty close, and we may be sarcastic assholes to each other, but we're pretty good friends, and I really, really admire that. He had been talking to me about some stuff that he was going through in his personal life, and again, I was like, you know, with music being so therapeutic for both of us, I have this song for my new album, and I think it could basically make like a really good canvas for some therapy, essentially. So I sent it his way, and then about a month went by, just some life stuff and just being busy. He ended up being able to get around to it and record and send his verse, and I personally think his verse is the best on the entire song, between his rhyme schemes, his really fast delivery, which he keeps really clear, like he doesn't slur syllables together. It's super crisp. Absolutely love it. I think he killed it. I think that it adds this really extra bit of energy between mine and Hex's flows that the track needed. So, huge shout out to Hunter, man. Absolutely killed it. Thank you for being a part of the song. So that's the general story behind the production of the track. Now let's get to the story behind leading up to its release. But before we do, I must do all the arbitrary YouTube stuff. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and check out the song right here, or the link in the description. I don't remember how YouTube works. I have not filmed a vlog since I was in fucking 8th grade, so you gotta bear with me. And if y'all really want to see old YouTube videos of my corny, cringy middle school ass, put it in the comments, and I might re-upload some of them here in a little compilation. So to get to the backstory of the song leading up to its release, so been going through some drafts of some mixes. We ended up finally getting the final draft of the song ready, done, uploaded to DistroKid. Now all we have to do is wait. Now, I'm not going to go into the full details of Hunter's experience during this time because I only know so much as an outsider from what I had heard and what I've been able to talk to him about since then. So it's not my business to go into detail on, but what I will say, as I mentioned earlier in the video, is that Hunter had been dealing with a lot of medical issues and being in and out of the hospital. And so it became more important than ever for us to make sure that this song reached as many people as possible, because with his health having been in the condition that it had been in, we genuinely weren't sure if he was going to be around to see the song release. And he loved the song so much and was so passionate about it, I couldn't do that to him. So he was very thankfully still able to be here for the release. He's still here now. You know, things are looking good. But yeah, so he seems to be doing better now. So no worries there, hopefully. I will keep you guys updated, but obviously I won't overshare as it's not all my information to tell. But as someone who considers Hunter a very close friend, I do want to keep y'all updated since this is the only song we've been able to do together, and given the context of what has happened behind the scenes, I cherish it even more. But so with Hunter dealing with his health issues, as well as Hex having some family stuff going on, I knew that it was a very emotionally potent time around the time that this song would be released, and I knew that while emotions were high, in a way, I kind of felt like that was the most poetic time for it to be released. I mean, the release date had already been set for a while, but it became a thing where I was like, you know, with this song being as emotionally vulnerable and open as it is, I think that all of us being in this kind of emotional state that we've been in, where we are also very emotionally vulnerable and in a very open state because of what's been going on around us, it kind of seems like more of a perfect time than ever. So because of that, we all really wanted to make sure that this song reached as many people as possible. And in between times of Hunter being in and out of the hospital, he was able to actually record a clip of his verse, which you might have seen on an Instagram story and his TikTok page, which I will be using for the music video, which I've got some really cool creative kind of abstract ideas. I'm also playing around with some AI stuff that I may like integrate throughout the video, so I'm looking forward to it. I will definitely, since this will be coming out after the music video, it'll already be out, so hit the link in the description and check it out. But with all that being said, I really, really do want this song to, reach as many people as it can, because aside from the obvious side of it of I want to get recognized as a musician and want to keep the push going to be able to make this my full-time career, I do genuinely feel like this song can help a lot of people. And, I don't like to toot my own horn too much, but I will say on the technical rapping aspect of it too, it's pretty fucking impressive. But yeah, so that's essentially all I have to really tell about the creation of this song. I think that the fact that this song came about in one of the most unorthodox ways that any of my songs have, I think is pretty poetic in a way, considering how unorthodox all of life has been lately. But I hope you all have enjoyed this song, for those of you that have listened to it, and if not, hopefully watching this little behind the scenes video will encourage you to check it out. So hit the link in the description to check out the music video, and let me know what you think in the comments of this video or that video. Just got a lot of good music coming, man. I'm really excited, and this album it's going to be my last album for a while, so I wanted to leave on a really strong note, and I'm so excited to share it all with you. Zephyr Breathes, coming very soon this summer. Let's get it.